Alright guys, I'm back with part 2 of the fairy tale story prompts from imagineforest.com. Part 1 came out 2 weeks ago. You can check that out by clicking the eye in the corner. I think it's this one. I hope it is. But it's in one of the corners. So we got through the first 25 in part 1. Now we're going through the last 25 in part 2. Let's go. An impoverished young prince finds himself stranded in a dark forest filled with mysterious danger and sinister creatures. The only person he can turn to for help is an eccentric sorceress who lives there. Okay. Impoverished young prince doesn't... The brain can't compute. But I mean, yeah, seems like fun, I guess. The King of Hearts sends 3 unlikely heroes on a dangerous mission to retrieve the royal treasure that has been hidden in an enchanted castle. Their only weapons: courage, skill, and wits. That seems horrible. King of Hearts, what are you doing? You trying to get them killed? Because it's a dangerous mission and all they got is courage, skill, and wits. And I'm sorry, that's not going to be much help. A cursed prince transforms into a pig every night and must find a woman who will love him despite his curse. This quest forces him to become humble and respectful, qualities he lacks as an arrogant and evil prince. So this is Beauty and the Beast. But we have moved on from the donkeys that seem to pop up in almost every single prompt in part 1, and now we're doing pigs. I kind of miss the donkeys, if I'm being honest. This is essentially Beauty and the Beast. Except it's a pig. And not a beast. And he transforms into a pig every night. So he's presumably human. And then turns into a pig. It's Beauty and the Beast. After her father disappears while on a voyage at sea, a little girl befriends some seafaring creatures and sets off on a dangerous journey to find her father. During this journey, she also learns about her true identity as a mermaid princess. This is almost Little Mermaid. Almost. Actually, not really. It's basically its own story, except for the fact that there's mermaid and princess. I love stories about mermaids. So yes, I love this one. Tired of his brother's foolish antics, an envious young boy swaps bodies with a frog to teach him a lesson. The frog doesn't like being inside the human body. So he teaches the young boy a few things in return. Huh? What? Y'all, I don't even know what I just read. Why are we swapping bodies with a frog? We're choosing to swap bodies with a frog? I'm confused. A young girl finds a little wooden toy in her family's attic, and when she plays with it, it turns into the most amazing flying horse, capable of soaring through the clouds and breathing fire. Okay. This seems like fun, but this also seems like it can go very south very quickly. A flying horse that breathes fire. Fire-breathing horse. Yeah, I like a fire-breathing horse. This seems like the most fascinating story, and I'm so intrigued by it. A young man has his life turned upside down when a magic carpet lands on his head and whisks him off to a distant land where he's crowned king of the jungle. Unfortunately, all good kings are not welcomed with open arms, as an evil lion sets out to steal the crown and make himself king. Why is this like Aladdin and Jungle Book? Jungle Book? Maybe Jungle Book. Maybe Tarzan. It's like all the things wrapped into one, and it's like, why is there so much happening in this story? And the magic carpet lands on his head? On his head? And it whisks him off. So does it whisk him off by his head? Because, ow. That feels like it would hurt. Oh. An evil lion sets out to steal the crown and make himself king. This also includes Lion King in it. I'm just... This is all the Disney movies wrapped into one right now. There's so much happening in this, and I'm like... The daughter of an ogre prince was taken away by a troll as a baby. She has grown up in exile, believing her mother is dead. But one day, she encounters the true love of her life and learns she is not a troll at all. No, she's an ogre. I thought it was going to be like she encounters the true love of her life and it's like her brother or something. That's where my brain goes with these twists. It's like, oh, yay, everything's oh, yeah, no, she learns she's not a troll, but she's an ogre. And an ogre princess, too. I'm here for it. The ogre princess. Let's go. A man finds an unusual frog one night in his backyard. Princess and the Frog, y'all. It turns out to be an enchanted frog, and he is able to use its magic to fulfill his every wish. Unfortunately, the frog also has an insatiable appetite for gold and devours everything in sight, leaving the man broken and penniless. I thought it was going to be like the frog was like trying to, kill the man, but nope, the frog just eats all the gold and... Be careful what you wish for, I guess. A mermaid seeks to enter the human world to get a magic book for her late father. A magic book for her late father, as in her dead father? Because I don't think he's going to be needing that book, but okay. She can only stay human and survive on land for 7 days. That's all you need, honestly. She finds the book, but falls for a prince who is engaged to an evil princess. Evil princess! Yeah! We don't usually have many of those. The princess makes her life difficult, but the mermaid must overcome this to return to the sea on time with the book. The princess makes her life... So, girl, if the princess is making your life difficult, and she's in love with this prince that you're in love with, I'm sorry, Prince, but you're on your own. I'm just going to go head back to the sea now, and I'm going to go give this book to my dead father who doesn't need it. Yeah. Why are we staying? Why are we staying with the princess who's making her life miserable? I don't know. You don't need to be there. You have no ties to any of this. So go back to the sea. Leave the prince be. If he's not happy, he can leave. Or he can stay. Or he can do whatever. It ain't your problem. You don't know him. You have to get that book back to your dead father. Still can't get over that. 3 boys and their dog. I love dogs. Set off on an epic quest to find the lost treasure of the legendary golden frog of Kensington Gardens. Okay. They end up on a dangerous adventure where they are faced with monsters, mysterious ghosts, evil witches, and flying skulls. This feels like the perfect Halloween story. This feels like the perfect Halloween story. Why didn't I find this one for Vlogtober? Why didn't I do that? feel like this would have been much more interesting than half the ones I came up with. It's golden. I'm saving this for later. It might come back around. Who knows? I don't know when I'm doing for Vlogtober or Vlogmas, or if I'm even doing it. We don't know, but we might. After rescuing her pet cat from an evil witch's gingerbread house, a girl finds herself magically transformed into the witch herself, causing her to have second thoughts about her wicked ways. So the girl was having second thoughts about the witch's evil ways? Like, seeing that maybe she's not evil? Or was the girl evil and being transformed into the witch made her have second thoughts about her own wicked ways? I don't think that's the one. I think it's the girl having second thoughts about the witch's wicked ways, but we're gonna move on. I'm confused. An evil sorcerer kidnaps the king's son and imprisons him in the dungeon, obviously. The king gives his word he will hand over half the kingdom to anyone who can find the boy. But the king has a clever trick up his sleeve. That's not going to end well for the king, I'm telling you. A magic ring that allows its owner to travel anywhere. That's the clever trick up his sleeve? No, I thought we were going to have much more interesting stuff. I thought like the king was going to be like, yeah, I'll gladly give up half the kingdom to anyone. And then it's like, but he knows like the kingdom's going to like, you know, be lit on fire or something. Like, and so it's like, yeah, you can have the kingdom. It ain't going to exist, but you can have it. Like something like that. But it's like a magic ring that allows you to travel anywhere. So the person who finds your son just brings your son back, and it's like, oh yeah, here's this ring, you can travel anywhere, and they're like, yeah, thanks, no, I'm good, I'm gonna stay here and take over half this kingdom that you offered me. See, king, it ain't gonna work out for you. I mean, unless once he hands the ring to the person, it like poofs them off into some other land or realm or something. Maybe that's it. Two sisters compete for a special prize in a talent show until the one without talent, that sounds harsh, accidentally turns into an ugly frog. Now we're on the frogs, guys. They decide to enter her into the contest anyways, and their lives are suddenly turned upside down when their big dream comes true. Huh? I don't know. This ain't it. An old woman living by herself in the woods has no interest in anything around her, and until an enchanted bear moves into the forest. When he becomes her friend, she starts seeing the beauty in her surroundings. This is wholesome. We've moved on from frogs to bears. I feel like we're slowly circling back to doggies. This is wholesome. It's weird, but it's wholesome, and I kind of like it. A princess is kidnapped by the palace chef, who uses dark magic to convince the king and queen that his own child is theirs. The real princess is locked in a tower. The chef's assistant discovers the truth and sets out to rescue the princess and break the spell on her parents. Not gonna lie, this one seems like fun. I can get on board with this one. It's so weird that it almost makes sense. I like it. I like it. It's fun. An impoverished young woman in a small village becomes the guardian of a magic lantern that belonged to her father, an adventurer who died trying to stop a powerful wizard. She has many adventures with the lantern, but when a gang of thieves tries to steal it, she and her companions must use all their wits to fight them off. I kind of like this, but I think I would have liked it more if the father didn't, like, die? But was, like, in the lantern and then he, like, came out of the lantern or whatever. Like, that would have been fun. This, I'm like, okay, a gang of thieves come. They try to steal it. Her and her companions that she didn't have at the beginning of this prompt must use all their wits to fight them off. No. We got to give this girl a sword or something. Like, we got to give her a sword. A young girl discovers that her family's fortune is cursed, and she must travel the world in search of a witch who can break the spell. Simple, to the point. I kind of like it. While hiking through a treacherous mountain pass, 3 mischievous kids leave behind a magic blanket. When they reach the other side of the mountain, they are magically transported inside the blanket and into an enchanted world where they meet Santa Claus and his elves. Where did that come from? You know, we found our Halloween one and we found our Christmas one, y'all. This is so weird. I love it. All of this stuff came out of nowhere. Like, but I kind of love the concept of it. It's like you go inside the blanket. I'm assuming, like, inside the pattern of the blanket or whatever. Like, and, you know, it's an enchanted world and Santa Claus and his elves are there. You know, this is fun. Again, why didn't I find this for Vlogmas? I really need to go digging deeper for things. I wouldn't have thought that I would have found a Halloween one and a Christmas one in Fairytale story prompts. But, alas, here we are. An orphaned princess lives in a magical kingdom filled with dark forests, beautiful meadows, and sparkling lakes. That sounds beautiful. She is forced to hide her magical ability to speak to animals or risk losing her status as a ruler, so this is quasi-Elsa. But one day she is found out and must embark on an epic quest with 3 animal friends to regain the trust of her people. So again, quasi-Elsa. Except Elsa has the ice powers and this one has the animal powers. But which 3 animal friends would we have this princess go on a quest with? I'm thinking a donkey, a frog, and a rabbit. We had the donkey and we had the frog. Donkey was in video 1 a lot. Frog is in this one. Yeah, so, and rabbit, it just seems like fun. Let's have a rabbit. Why not? A girl who lives in a faraway land has been trapped in a crystal ball. The only way she can escape is to break the ball and free herself. But every time she tries, the glass shatters and she finds herself back inside. That seems like the most pain in the rear ever. The only way to escape being trapped in this crystal ball is to break the crystal ball. But every time you break the crystal ball, you find yourself back inside. So how am I supposed to get out of here? I would be so annoyed. I'd just be like, okay, I live here now. I would literally be like, I live here now. An aspiring chef who is secretly a dragon in disguise takes on the challenge of opening up her own restaurant. However, she soon realizes that being a dragon has its limitations. Doesn't seem like it would, though. She must learn to work with the other creatures of the forest to restore peace to the land. What does the first half have to do with the second half? An aspiring chef who is a dragon is trying to open up her own restaurant. All right, cool. But now we have to restore peace with the creatures of the forest. How did we get here? These are two very different stories. Both could be interesting in their own way. Together, it feels like it's just going to be a blob of mess. Which, let's be fair, that's kind of what I write, is blob of mess. So maybe this is right up my alley. Who knows? A young girl with a troubled past set off on a journey to find her mother in an enchanted forest. That sounds like fun. Along the way, she encounters a group of magical beings who teach her about herself, the world around her, and the power of friendship. This feels like the epitome of a children's story. Like, anytime you go and you bring in the power of friendship, it's like, yeah, we're targeting kids here. I mean, part of this sounds fun. I don't know if I love the idea of teaching her about herself and the world around her and the power of friendship, but if we do have a fun little quest in an enchanted forest, and we add some magical powers in there, this could be fun. A young girl's wish for a new family comes true when her father adopts a young boy, and they become a real-life fairy tale family. But their happily ever after is short-lived when a villainous witch threatens to take everything from them. Yes. Be careful what you wish for. Wish specifically. Yeah, no, it's like this feels like the natural progression. Not like that one that we had before with the dragon chef trying to open a restaurant and then finding peace in the land. Like, this feels like a natural progression. And last one. An orphan girl becomes a pawn in a war between two factions of witches. I already love this. With the help of a talking horse, almost a donkey, a cat, a bear, and a handful of other animals, like a donkey, she must learn to navigate the dangerous world of magic and save her family from extinction. We ended on a high note. Oh, this seems like so much fun. I want to write the story. It's not going to be good, but I kind of want to. You got, like, witches, and I love witches. I talked about this in Vlogtober a lot. I love witches. So, you got two factions of witches. You got an orphan girl. She's a pawn. She's in the war. We got the animals, including a talking horse. Presumably, he's the only one that does talk, because we don't have a talking cat or a bear. We just have, them. But I love this. I love this. Yeah. So we got through 50 story prompts in 2 videos. Let me know which one was your favorite from this video, which one was your favorite from all of them. I don't know. But, yeah, let me know all your thoughts in the comments down below.